Good evening, everyone. Welcome aboard. I do hope you had a wonderful week. And for those who might get that thing as a VOD after the stream, please feel free to drop a subscribe or drop a like on the YouTube video. Most of the people that do watch what I'm doing are not subbed, and that could help the channel a ton. We're going to make a list of stuff that is going to be anti-MLM based. I'm doing a little bit of D&D, and I'm also... Sorry, Leo. He wasn't away. And we're also doing some gaming. Today we're going to get like what I got out of basically the last week and the most seen on AntiMLM Reddit. It's a Reddit which is super accessible to anyone that would like to go. You just go in that little thing on Reddit and you write AntiMLM. And you're gonna get a list of people that are just like posting without name, because the goal here is not to bully anyone that would have those schemes. The goal is basically to educate people so that they are more able to resist the MLM speech, and also to like see what are the tactics that some people are using to try to get you inside those schemes. This is basically what I did for my 2 last week when I was using time on Reddit. Some of them are stories, some of them are just image, like posts that people did on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. No, not TikTok. TikToks are videos. TikToks are going to be for the next week. I need to like build a blur upon my scene here that you do not see the name in the face. So yeah, here we go. My boyfriend's cousin is deep into Sensi, and I've received Christmas gift by founding her. Excuse the rent, but here goes. My boyfriend's cousin, we will call her Ham, got lured into Sensi at some point last year. Since then, I've been invited to her Facebook page a ton of time and watch as she dragged her kids into this MLM nonsense. She refused to acknowledge anything, saying it's a scam, and continued to try to guilt people online into buying her stuff. Basically, like, this is what people do when they try to use their own life situation to try to be like, yeah, come and help me, I'm not doing well. Now, don't get me wrong. The melter looked nice, and the gift is somewhat useful given that I'm not allowed to burn candle in my home. But the thing is heavy for something that plugs into a socket. Basically, I will guess that it's just like the thing that is supposed to be the melter that you plug into a socket is a little too big. It looks pretty and works, but if I had to guess if anything in my house was going to blow up, I genuinely think it would be this. That makes sense. The wax melter is made out of glass, and due to its weight and how flimsy the plug is, I'm worried it will fall off and break, or that the glass will shatter, and if it gets too hot, which kind of makes sense. But like, to be able to shatter this on a melter, one would believe that at the very least the product is doing the minimum of what a melter is supposed to be. Okay, there's no ingredient list included either, so I have no idea if I'm allergic to any of the ingredients for the melts or the bat glitter. Wonderful. What the fudge is a bat glitter? Is this just a thing that you put like in your bed and that's gonna like drop some glitter all around? What? How is this useful? I'm annoyed that my boyfriend family keeps getting guilt tripped into buying M's expensive crap, and that after a year she still hasn't given up. Now I'm receiving gift from a company and I have no interest in founding. I'm still grateful for the gift, but god damn, I feel bad my boyfriend mom was guilt tripped into buying me Sensi product. Basically, like, most product that you will get out of an MLM will be bought out of guilt trip. People will just try to convince you that you need these things while you don't, and you're gonna get those because you are you just feel like you have a family link to that person. A link. So no matter what, the worst thing you can do when someone tries to sell you their crap and they are in an MLM is to support them by buying. There's a way to say to someone that is stuck in an MLM that you're willing to support them, to help them if it's not going like well at a time, but not by giving money to these companies. Those are two things that are totally different. Like, sending you money while you are trying to make it work in your business is not actually helping you. It just like plunge you a little deeper inside that cult. So I would refuse to try to support financially any of these kind of projects. I would probably try to help the person out in a way. but just by offering to discuss, by offering to have any philosophical talk about that subject. These are important. We need to be able to keep a contact with these people. And if you are too abrasive when you do that, you will get some people that will just like take you out of their life. And if they do, I'm really sorry, but you become the bad guy for them. And no matter what you're trying to say, they will just like trash talk anything you might have to say. Here, I love how this one is super obvious. It's on the nose as fudge. Someone posted that. So here you have the sarcasm here. Who would have thought about already today? Who could use, what the fudge? Who have you thought about already today who could have used Lexus in their life? I bet you can think of at least 3. Oh yeah, sure. I'm trying to think about the people that I hate the most in life. So let's say the bad guy in Fable 2. That could be one. Like, the whole thing here is that she's basically showing that pyramid that she keeps on repeating, that social marketing is not just exposing the social marketing approach that makes that group pay for all the expense of that group eventually. That's basically it. So at least I guess the person is a bit more self-aware than other Plexus consultants, and that's pretty much the only good thing I can take out of that. Here, I think this one was a long one. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Private mentorship. Basically, there's going to be someone cheering you up in your back, which is going to be your upline. And yes, for sure, she's going to cheer you up. I would cheer the cow that gives me milk. They will cheer the person that brings them money, you know? Get paid 5 times monthly. If you're getting paid 5 times $1, that is not significant. 20% off products. I could probably already find equivalency to your product at way cheaper in any other place than like your company. No inventory. This is just a way to say that she does not have to hold on to it. You can basically buy it directly on a website that she has. It is not significant. No minimum sale. That's just another way of saying that you're going to get stuck into this pyramid for the rest of your life if you do not have to do that. No monthly auto shipment. They're telling you that, but then they're going to be like, you need to be a product of the product. So if you want to show people that your thing works, use it. Make post about it as that person is doing. Leadership and training bonuses. You're going to get some money when people are going to get recruited. That's a huge way to phrase that. Incentive trips. They're not even, for most of them, paying for the traveling that you do while you try to reach those places. The trips themselves are overgrown meeting that you would do to try to just like cheer people up at selling more of those bullshit. No yearly fees. Oh, great. So you have to pay when you get in, and $12 back office / website free. Long story short, a fee. Okay, fee. That makes more sense. $12 back office website fee. So this one here is basically telling you that no inventory, no minimum sale, no monthly auto shipment. You still have to pay $12 a month to have your website auto run, but you can't modify much on those websites. I've seen the one I've had when I was with Primerica, and they sell you some work. Sell you something that do work, but that does not fit your color at all. You cannot customize anything in that. What do you enjoy the most about my page and what I'm sharing? Is there anything else I could share that you would stop sharing MLM scam? Yeah, this is like the person clearly did not sell it. She wanted to do it. You could probably, if you have the words to be able to counter argument a little with someone, you could, by writing 1 or 2 things, be able to prevent some other people from falling into it. So I don't know, when I see this sadly on my Facebook, I either go one way or the other. First one would be to try to invite the person to come and talk with me. They want you to take a coffee with them. They want to talk about the opportunity. Okay, so if you have time in your life at the moment, you can go take that coffee and try to explain them how the ethical part of their company is not making sense, and even the riches that they are like learning for. If you take a step back, you understand that all of this comes from the work of those at the bottom. So no, like, yeah, so if you explain that, some of them will be like, fudge, that's another reason to leave. Some people will still like be a little too much into the cult. They will keep on saying that you're a liar, that you're a hater. They will attack you on your persona. Don't take it personal. I swear, even intelligent people can get stuck into those cults, can get stuck into these mess. So it's not about being stupid. It's not about being weak. It's about being vulnerable at a moment in your life and having someone coming in to try to get you. And no, Faraz, crypto is not an MLM. It would be more like a risky investment to a theoretical value. Like, it is as if you were trying to invest in a company, but then you invest in like some kind of money. I've seen twice this post this week, but with different people behind. Oh, you have someone that is so nice about changing life over here. What does being the number one enroller in the company means to me? Honestly, if you are the number one enroller in the company, at this point, I don't even know why you have to be here. You're already super rich. You're already living the life. Oh, either that person is the biggest one or the biggest liar. I started out this industry 6 years ago. I had just turned 18 and literally had no clue what I was doing. As most 18 years old do. We are our ego is as big as a freaking house at that age, and we think the world is ours. So, fair enough. I was purely ignorance on fire with a drive to change my situation. Today, it's a cute way to say I had a big ego. Today, I have used this vehicle to transform my life and now get to use my experience, failure, knowledge, and success to help drastically change others' lives. I am on a mission to break records here, to run this to the top of this opportunity, and to take my girls with me. It's been so different this time around, and has been the most incredible experience. I'm ready to lock arm with those ready to shake things up and get uncomfortable. Yeah, what they mean by getting uncomfortable is basically cold calling some people, trying to reach to a market that is not open to you, trying to get in contact in very, very weird way with people that would, in a normal setting, be considered to be unacceptable, you know? It's too many emoji for the, oh man, this is perfect. That's what I love. Here's the thing, hun butts, people that will be like, hey hun, and will try to sell you into one of those opportunities, will often go for copy-paste message. There is no way a normal human being will use all of these emoji. This one is kind of soft. To be able to sell you on a project manually. You do a copy paste, and sometimes they also forget to take off the part that is the copy paste. So let's go. Yes, people just like you or me can own commercial real estate and benefit from investing in this asset. This one, without the time-consuming day-to-day management, without a steep learning curve of navigation, the commercial real estate world, real estate world, without millions of dollars in the bank. What used to be available only to institutional investors and hedge funds are now available to individual investors. This is possible, though, through what's called syndication. Simply put, a syndication is a group investment led by experienced investors. Long story short, they want you to do basically what mutual fund would do, but with way less guarantee. Help educate investors every single step of the process and do all the heavy lifting of finding and running a commercial real estate asset so that our investors can sit back, relax, and have their money work for them. If you're looking to invest passively in commercial real estate or would like to learn more, send me a message. I have a strong feeling, okay, this one might not be an MLM per se. It may be one. It looks like a big old copy paste that they send to people, but there is a small chance that this one is just some kind of scam, okay? Like, I'm not 100% sure this one could be a scam. Right, this one would be an MLM. This one is clearly a scam. Here is a perfect example of what happens. People do not understand that the one that are usually leading those MLM company just came in very quick very early in the company and were the one that had the chance to set up all their pyramid. Once the pyramid is set up, it is very hard in a oversaturated market to be able to get some decent money out of the opportunity. So basically it would be as if I try to sell house in a district and I'm getting paid every time I found someone else that is willing to, let's say, sell house in the same district. And eventually, like, you and your own pyramid become your own pyramid become your own concurrent. And that's not a problem for you if you were the first, because like you're just raking in the money they put in their project. But all the people under you that you hired are now fighting each other tooth and nail to be sure to be the one that gets the most out of that market. And this is basically what we call market oversaturation. Something that will happen in any MLM company. It does not take long if you are able to just like multiply by any amount. Okay, let's say we multiply it by 3. Because this is what they want you to do when you get in one. They're like, recruit 3 people that recruit 3 people, as we saw in the image. And basically they try to make you recruit 3 person per month. They are like, okay, but if you just recruit 3 that recruit 3 that recruit 3, you're fine. If you're there first and you're the first one that start that thing, I mean, the market is not saturated. You will find some people that will like jump through your oops. Eventually, you will catch up with the population of the herd very quickly. Look at this. We are like at 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are already at 4 million people. We're already at half the population of Quebec. We keep on going on the same thing. And I think it's about like 15 times you reach more than the population of planet Earth. So if you have any way mathematically to determine if it's possible for your pyramid to be infinite and for you to be at the top of it while you started 5 years in the company, the math does not fit. Here. And that person started to understand that. They are so close from being aware, okay? I am so grateful for Herbal Alchemy and you for your support as I navigated one of the hardest transitions of my adult work life. Is so valuable to me, and it's something I won't take for granted. Your trust in my intuition in making that transition, and not just that, but giving Herbal Alchemy a chance to serve you and your skin, is truly so humbling to me. I'm so amped by how much you guys are loving our botanicals. It's an honor to be your clean beauty dealer, and beyond that, your dealer of product that serves your body and it's in its natural function. Herbal Alchemy is home. I love how this one, the person jumped from one MLM to that one, and I love how this one just called herself a dealer of product that serves your body in its natural function. This is so close from defining some kind of drugs. Is absolutely perfect. But out of that, you can see that from one MLM to the other, if you take off Herbal Alchemy here and you replace it by Young Living, or you replace it by doTERRA or by anything else, the same speech can be used. There's going to be absolutely no difference. It's coming back to the same thing from one to the other. Here, she hasn't posted which one she works for. Yeah, okay. Once again, this is hilarious because it goes with what we just said. No matter the MLM company you decide to go for, you could take off the same scheme, the same messaging, and just like sell it to other people. I swear they would not see the difference. I saw the 2 pictures posted today. They are hilarious, but can also be a sad reality. If you are feeling the holiday bulge, I would love to walk you through your journey to an healthier you. Text me for more information. That person is trying to sell you detox tea, you know? She's trying to sell you a product that will make you lose the water that is inside your body so that you have the feeling that you lost weight, but you just actually like lost water. That weight will come back very quickly. And in the best case scenario, and this is not that great of a case, okay? It's a coach. And They will try to just like sell you a training system, but like you can get that for free on YouTube. Training routine, good habit, good healthy eating habit. You can get all the info you need on YouTube for free, or pay them about like $140 for a month. Why not? And they will clearly fat shame straight at the end of this one. So you have, what did you get for Christmas? Me? And there's a little character crying because he can like hold his belly. And they just body shame that poor kid when you realize you overdid it on the holiday. Like, he did not ask to be shown nude like this. And yeah, diet has the word die in it, healthy as the word eel in it. Learn how to leave that diet mindset behind. This is why I am kind of thinking it's probably one of those coach instead of being a diet pill kind of thing. Learn how to heal your mind and lose weight. Learn how to be brainwashed and lose weight through nutrition. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Not really. Like, you can put nutrition has a lot to do in your overall health, okay? But you cannot just like stop eating and hope to get lean. It's gonna work, but you're gonna develop a lot of health issue, like mental health issue around food. So the other option you have is to try to make that fit with some active lifestyle, with some training of some sort. What they give you here is basically not that. Like, they try to make you do all of this in a very, very strenuous way. They will try to cover it being like, no, what I'm selling is accountability. I'm going to be the friend of that person that is like in my group. And since she's sending me $140, I'm going to be that friend that's going to every day listen to her and make sure that she did her training and she ate well. Like, even if you do that, coach, you can find that for free in other people, in your surrounding, with your friends, with your family, with anyone that is like willing to work on themselves for a certain time and like be healthier. Do not have to pay someone over $100 a month just for some shake and for some, hey hon, how's it going? Did you do your training today? You know, those positivity Facebook group? Here. Oh, okay. I have a thing here. Kiyosaki, the guy that wrote Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, basically wrote you a story that has nothing to do with his reality. But I swear, that time I've spent in an MLM in my life, I've been recommended that book so often by the people that were over me, that were my upline at the time. And they were all acting like the guy was the voice of reason. The guy has basically built a false narrative around him. And I think, is it him? I think the way he was saying it in the book was like, if you're poor, it's because you have the mindset of a poor person, and you do not give stuff to people because you're poor in your mind. But like, the rich gives, and the rich receive because they gave. Basically, the whole idea of like trying to recommend that book is to push your people that are in your downline to be spending more in a hope to get back some money. This has about the same worth as those televangelists that you can see on some American TV show. So, re-listening to Rich Dad, Poor Dad today. If you haven't read or listened to the audio, I highly recommend it. It will open your mind up to another world and make you question everything you have been taught. I mean, if what you've been taught is how to be a decent human being, yep, you will question that. I took this from the book, and let me know what you think in the comments. They want to have, like, this is just a way to create interactivity. They want their post to be seen by more people. I heard a saying years ago that went, God does not need to receive what human needs to give. My rich dad would often say, poor people are more greedy than rich people. which is honestly the worst bullshit ever. They will be like, yeah, but that rich guy gave that amount of money. Okay, what percentage? Like, how much did this affect him negatively? While when a poor person is giving its time, like, how much does it impact on both life to make that donation? How can you call someone that gives like 1% of its profit versus someone that gives like 10% of its time? How can you say the one that is like, yeah, but I have more money to like throw on people and look like I'm a good person, being the good guy behind it? It would explain that if a person is rich, that person is providing something that other people wanted. Whenever I think people aren't smiling at me, I simply begin smiling and say hello. Like, this is worse than the bullshit you will get in The Secret, you know? It is a cummier version of the same thing. And being rich does not mean that you provided for something that people wanted, even less if you do it with an MLM, because you're providing for things that people do not need and they could get for cheaper at any other concurrent that is not trying to use that very it's time consuming, and it's also like percentage scratching way of selling stuff. Like magic, the next thing I know, I'm surrounded by smiling people, and it is true that your world is only a mirror of you. The point here is basically what you would get in The Secret. If you feel like shit, everything around you will feel like shit. If you feel like you can do stuff and you start doing stuff, like, you will feel like the world is giving you back that. No shit, dude. If I'm doing nothing and just feel like I'm shit in my house, how will anything change? Like, that point, it's not from Kiyosaki. This is extremely generic. This is like any self-help book. I've read that and reread that in so many books while I was making those mistakes. Whenever you feel short or need of something, give what you want first and it will come back in buckets. Bullshit. I want money, so I give money, and it comes back in multiples. I want happiness, so I give kindness, and it comes back in flood. If you give kindness and you want happiness, you will receive kindness, following what you just said, lady, but that's fine. If I want sell, I help someone else sell something, so sell come to me. You are selling the same thing you say that this person is trying to sell. Unless what you're selling is actually an opportunity, unless you recognize that your thing is clearly a pyramid scheme, we are not talking about something that fits with that. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comment below. And here is where I need to have like some quick line. Just destroy Kiyosaki by himself. There's stuff in that book that contradict each other. I will need to go reread that, but then to mark, not the bullshit, but to mark where the bullshit is contradicting itself. Just so, like, you take the book, destroy the book, you know? Yeah. If you read 2 self-help books, you read them all most of the time. They basically give you the same platitude on a lot of subject. Them. You still got that little business? This one's long, by the way. Canadian can get a hun, okay? She's going to a dark place, but when I'm telling you that there's some cult-like habits and way of seeing the world that you can get in that, you'll see where this goes, okay? You still got that little job? Oh, she's answering, you still got that little job, to the people that are like, you still got that little business. Here's the thing. If I go to my job, I get paid per hour. I've made that little business mistake when I was younger. And I will tell you that even if you succeed at it, it's basically because you ate the work and the soul of a lot of people around you. You have to turn in some soft version of a sociopath to be able to be at the top there, smiling with a weird face and being like, everything is fine. My money comes from the pain of other people. Like, you have to become somewhat of a monster. And then she's trying to sell the whole shit. Multiple 6-figure in 2.5 years, work when I want. No, you're working always. When you are at the bottom of these pyramid, you're working your ass off, and the result are not what you are expecting for that amount of work. Work from where I want. Yes, I guess you can work from any place. Like, you can work from the toilet sometime. I'm pretty sure we've seen some MLM rep do that. Surrounded myself with amazing people. I would also call the cow that gives me milk amazing. My income keeps growing. I mean, isn't it the case for like most people that just have a salary that goes up with inflation? Earn residual income. There's a way for you to be able to get residual income without becoming a minimum. You can just invest some part of your money. My business run 24/7 on automation. This is like, I get what she tries to say. She's trying to say like, people can go buy my shit when they want to buy my shit once every never. Yep. I am fully sovereign. You are not. You're still a Canadian and you still have to follow the rules of your country. I call the shot in my life. I think everybody does. Unless like you're a true God believer and you're like, everything is written, it's fine. Everybody do call the shot in their life. Hired an assistant. You had enough money to put a little bit of your burden on someone else, or you call your downline your assistant. It's either one of those. It's sad. So don't let the hater and the judger, that's me, judge you. If I would have listened to the people that judge me for starting my little business, my life would have never been changed the way it has been by my online business. Don't let anyone stop you from chasing your dream and creating the life that you want. I'm curious, how do you deal with haters? Honestly, lady, you answer back by belittling someone. So I think you're probably also a hater of some sort at the very least. I guess I deal with hater by telling them that they are haters, assholes. And then it's when it goes wild, okay? Vaccinate your kid against COVID to keep them in school. Read the caption to learn and what you can, to learn why and what you can do. She goes ballistic, anti-COVID. So at this part, at this moment, you can see the cult behavior mixing up with some other cult behavior. She's going very wrong. She's spitting this information about COVID. We will not read all of that trash. I do not have kids, but I deeply care about humanity and the health of all the kids that will be affected by this decision. Kid will be injured and killed by this decision. They won't. They won't. Kids are the future. They are. We need to speak for them. You don't. We need to be there for you. Don't. The thing. I'm working as a teacher in a high school. This is how I earn my living. Okay. I can tell you that kids are able to voice their own concern. If you just listen to them, they are good enough with that. We don't need people that are freaking out like that to tell people what kids think, okay? Kids are good at thinking by themselves. And the vaccine is 95%. Honestly, here's the thing. 95% efficient, it's actually enough to have a group immunity if everybody gets it at the same time. The problem is, like, and that was not like purely true. It's not possible for everyone to get it. But the thing is, we did that to protect the other people around us that did not have the chance to get that kind of immunity boost. So, lady, like, I don't know what part of what Alec Jones told you trusted like this, but this is very sad to hear. Next, Felix. The going wonderful. Here, we're just going through, like, man, I have stuff for 2 videos. Just going through that second part, and then we'll move on. Okay, this happens, and I read that. Okay, here's where my rare, not rare, like, there's so many people that got sucked in that. Okay, they're looking for a district manager. If they are good enough, they could be a division manager or regional manager or open for regional vice president. Those titles, DM, RM, RVP, are the words that they are using for Primerica. LinkedIn do not want to have MLM posting on their things. So here we have a guy that is trying to legitimize its scam, putting it on by putting it on LinkedIn. So that human, I don't know how to say that, but like, that is clearly Primerica. This is probably one of the most scammy way to try to fix that problem. And this guy is saying like, you don't have to be in Texas, you can do that from your home. You can, if you are that far from your upline, the only good thing you take out of that trash offer is that you will not be in your upline's district. So maybe the place where you are is not going to be oversaturated, but this thing is a scam hidden as a legitimate offer. Here we have someone that the OP does not know that got texted by her. Hello, just a heads up. Oh, wait. Heads up. I ended up not going through with the interview. After doing research into Cutco, I found that their ethics don't really align with mine. I do appreciate the offer. And then they will try to question you. The whole idea, from the moment when you say no, they hear no, but. And they will try to convince you in any way, shape, or form. Usually they go for question. I know, I did that. Usually they go for a question and they try to like make you say more stuff to be able to find a weakness in your argument and to destroy it by repeating what their hotline says, okay? Again, recommend doing some credible research and checking it out. What is credible research? Like this whole sentence sounds so much Karen-like. What is credible research, lady? I have done a pretty significant amount of research today. I do not agree with the ethics of MLM company, and I don't believe going after younger folks who are desperately in need of pay is a good thing either. Honestly, like, here's the thing. When you are 19, you do not get how these things are dangerous, so you are more prone to fall for it. We actually aren't an MLM at all, and our company offers scholarship and internship, and don't look for people with experience, which is why we work with college students. This is all bullshit, by the way. They take anybody that have a beat and is able to talk. But no problem. Job isn't for everyone. Just wanted to make sure you had correct information. Have a great new year. Thank you. You as well. I honestly, like, at this point, I would probably have pushed that a little further just to make her waste her time. Because you got to think about something. Don't do that, by the way. Don't do what I would do. These people, when they are spending time on you, they are not scamming someone else out of their money. So I love when I have the time for it to just play with these kind of human, because I know I'm able to use some word that will hardly be usable against me out of the MLM community. So if you are an AA MLM hun and you hear my talk and read my thing, you will think that I was the one losing the argument. But here's the thing. If you get out of that little bubble that you made yourself, of your little echo chamber, you will slowly understand that everybody's judging you negatively around that. So, I mean, try on. If I have time, I'm giving my time to that. I have fun doing that. It is not a brilliant way of spending my time. I don't care. This is a guilty pleasure. This is basically a scammer trying to come to you. Here, I love how this, not to diss on Melaleuca, but not all of their products are made in the USA nor are non-toxic. And what's funny is that this person here is also selling product. So I'm not into mandatory boying. Nope, I dropped that. And here you have another hun coming in being like, hey, what you're doing there is bad mouthing my network, and that makes you a bad network marketer. Probably bashing other company and product is low value and very unprofessional. Honestly, I mean, if your whole thing is about being all America made and all natural, Well, the second one like means absolutely nothing. And someone calls you up on your bullshit? How is this unprofessional? And although there may be some truth to what you say, so this is unprofessional. You cannot say the truth. They learn not to say the truth. This is not a good marketing tactic to hit on me. The issue you will have in conductor's business in that way is that you will attract what you put out. Remember that. So if she hates on other cheap MLM company are going to come and hate on her. I mean, I'm fine with that idea. Like, the whole concept here is just do that more, MLM marketer. We won't have that. Not bashing. I actually use some of their stuff. Just stating some facts. I received some product today that were made in China. That's it. For someone, both of them are just like, I like it. They're just fighting it. Freedom, ward the wife. So, they are trash talking each other. They have a shitty talk. Or like helping her take the blinder off to avoid any more embarrassment to herself, or running off potential quality prospect, if anything. Whatever you want. I love the fact that those two were super. They went full. They went to a level of irony and sarcasm that kind of transcend irony. They both bash each other. They both gaslight each other. They are both not MLMs, you know, things like that. This is wonderful. I just love that. I love how they just wasted their time with themselves. I said like a minute before, I like to waste their time. They just did it themselves. This is saving us time. This is saving to the people that love to like counter that, our time. And here, they have so many image. It's a freaking joke, okay? Like in 14, so many of you are messaging me interested in what I do. I thought I would make a little reintroduction into what it is that I do. So I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm doing. You're expecting in 14 slide to see what she's doing. Don't put your hopes too high, okay? How long did it take you to have success in your online work? Do you choose do you choose when? Okay, she's gonna answer those 5 questions. She's not gonna do it well. Let me explain. This is so pedantic. I love it. It's almost as pedantic as I can be when I talk about these shit. Let me explain. And here's pictures. Calling that misleading? This is an understatement, okay? She's gonna talk about the fact that she's a marine biologist and that selling her crap made her able to like spend more time with them, with the fishes, you know? She's listing the thing that she's like, oh yeah, that is good for that and that and that reason. Funny part, in 14 freaking slide, 14 slide, not a single place here does she explain exactly what she's doing. She's like using all the MLM word that we've seen at the start of the video. She's good for. But starting there, it just goes to hell. She's talking about a lifestyle. She's talking about her life. She's like, if you come with me, you might get something that looks as cool as my life. Here's my wish for you. And then it's a poll. Do you want to make that change for yourself in your future? Yes, let's go. Yes, but I'm so scared. Yes, but I'm not sure. Not really. I would like, when people pick these things, I would like for them to go and check what is the percentage of each answer. I would like to know how many people were like, nah, not really. It's all cool, you're fish and stuff, but I'd rather actually be a marine biologist instead of just acting as if I was one. This is it. This is like, you have nothing. Send me a message and I'm going to tell you more. So if you want to learn a little bit, 15, she will send off a 15-minute video that she made But in all those 14 freaking caption, 12 after she told us what she's gonna tell us what she's doing, she missed the mark. She did not explain what she was doing. She was just like talking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, I think this is the first time ever I get points on that system. Shotgun is absolutely, Ebda. Here's your point. So you're back in the lead, Ebda. So the person is not interested in the job anymore. And then I told you, when you say no, they answer with a question. This one is perfect. This one is absolutely perfect. He's asking why. After looking deeper into it, there's a lot of people who have been accusing your company of being an MLM and malicious, not to mention pay being largely commission based. Doesn't seem very trustworthy, and I think that you spend the better part of an hour explaining how trustworthy you guys are to work with. Honestly, I'm someone that questions, okay? The first time I came inside the Primerica office in my region, I had so many questions. I understood what they were offering, but like, I needed to ask, and I needed to ask so many questions. So here we have a person like hitting back with what we would hit back to those questions in Primerica. I don't say that as a good thing, okay? You answer in question. You want to keep the conversation rolling. But do you trust the bank you are dealing with? Like, you don't trust me, but do you trust your bank? Or all the other 5 big Canadian banks or not? Nope, I don't trust them either. So why is your money there and you are dealing with them then? It isn't. I told you, I invest my own, and we're gonna have a second part to it. He's investing his own money. Then you ended up the interview by saying to have my social security number memorized and give it to you before I'm even hired. Seems fishy. The whole idea here is to make sure that if the person has like even 2 minutes where she believes she wants to be part of that opportunity, okay? Does not have to think. She has a number memorized and we can go quick through this, because from the moment you get a yes, you need to slide those papers very quickly. And here comes the lie. I said to you to memorize your social insurance number just in case if it's needed. But I did ask you to give to me, right? I guess the person probably wanted to say like I didn't ask you. Also, if you came to meet me with me for the second interview, you could ask all the questions and share your doubt. But at that moment, you don't have access to internet to make like more research, you know? Also, from there, you can and we can make the right decision. Like, right decision is already taken at that point, but he's trying to make you come back onto it. This is like, you read that and you're like, this is mental judo. It's atrocious. So we will not ask for your SIN number then. The idea here is that he's going to lie saying that it's good if we have to ask for your information to the government. But here's the thing. If you have to make sure that the government is okay with all of this shit, or like the person does not have anything linked to financial robbery or things like that. Yes, I am. You can do that with just a name and an address. Like, you do not need the SIN number. Here then, you will understand that this guy, it's a 2 on 4. There's a third. Moreover, to work in this position requires sending your information to the head office. They're basically like, yeah, but we do not accept everyone. And here's like, my point is that you wanted to make sure that I had it the second you needed / wanted it. I've been hired in many institutions, never have needed to have it memorized. Based on your other interviewees, you prey on young, naive people by reaching out to them, proving your company is trustworthy, signing them up on your website for a monthly subscription, pay us by commission so that we get paid only when you get paid, and asking for a social security number for a checkup. You do not need that. I think this is what he's ending up. In reality, credit check can simply be done per request. You don't need my SIN for that. Now that I'm being combative, you try to say that I might not be qualified for the job, when in reality we both know anybody can join the job. Are you breathing? Are you having a pulse? Yeah, you can work at Primerica. And I'm telling Primerica, we had confirmation from the OP. I asked the question, and he was like, I read that conversation and I was like, fudge, man. I've been that monster in the past. I've been that weird guy that tried to reach for people that he does not know, and that knows that when you are answering to someone that already said no, you need to answer with a question just to make it a little bit more likely that you're gonna get an answer, you know? So his answer was spot on. Perfect. Here he's like, the fact that you knew the company this was is astonishing. I have no question. This is like, I will say it like that. This is the kind of tactic that they teach to you. Thanks for the hydrate, Felix. And the stretch. We still have only one to go before we're getting to the gaming section. And here it comes. I kept that one for the end, because it goes against a concept that a lot of people that are in MLM are going to try to push on you, okay? One of the way they are going to try to make you feel fear will be this. They will tell you, yeah, but we've seen it. Your 9 to 5 that you have, the job that you have, everybody's replaceable. Tomorrow they could decide to fire you. If you have your own company, if you become your own business owner, which is bullshit, you're just a direct seller, okay? MLM. If you become your own business owner, no company will ever be able to destroy what you built. And here is just to show that this does happen. We have a company that is called Tiber River. I think it's Canadian. Yeah, it's Canadian. That decided to kill their ambassador program. They had a MLM functioning system to try to like make the company known, and they decided to close that part. It's kind of a company that is selling the same kind of product that Young Living, not the whole, but more like for the protein powder and things like that. So they decided that they will not be an MLM anymore, and they will turn their sale only online. So this is like the sign for all those represented that make them understand that they will not be able to do money that way. Figure out, having spent everything that you were earning to make other people happy and to make your business grow for a long time, end up just like have all of that taken off. I'm basically saying what they will tell you when you have your 9 to 5, okay? They'll be like, imagine if your boss say you don't have a job anymore. Like, they basically told all their representatives, you don't have a job anymore. Next month, we're going full online. You're out. I want to make you understand that for the year I spent in Primerica, I've lost 7K. Okay, just in expenses to go to the meeting, just in expenses to go to the clients, just in all the meetup that you have to do, and also with all the money that I didn't do in my real job because I cut 12 hours from it to be able to do that. So yeah, even when you built your company, I've spent about like 9 point something K, by the way, Faras. We talked about that in the first anti-MLM video, and I've earned less than 3K. Yeah, I think like 2.1, 2.3, something like that. Here's the thing though, like I was still aware enough of the situation to keep my loss and earn in check, like to know how they're going. So Tiber River is no more an MLM. I would still, I don't know, I would not encourage you to go for this company, but at least they decided to take off that approach of selling their own product. Now they are just an online company. The price of their protein powder is still higher than most protein powder that would be fully vegan that like I would anyway purchase. So don't go there. It's still costly. It's just at the very least now they are not preying upon people to reach their goals. Does that make sense? That's it. It's the same with doTERRA. It's not better. Yeah, exactly. Like the whole concept is there. From one MLM to the other, it's potato. Like they don't even try to make it subtle. They are very obvious about this.